Hey guys, welcome to another weekly vlog. I'm really looking forward to this one because I feel like I finally have the downtime to read. As much as I slowly got past the reading slump in the last video or last couple videos, I feel like I haven't had as much downtime to read. This next 5-ish days I feel like is the optimal time because there's so many books that I want to read like yesterday. So many like highly anticipated 5-star prediction kind of reads. We're actually going to kick it off with a surprise because I didn't expect to want to pick this up right now, but it's Chase Me If You Can. I have a few other books checked out through Libby that I was like, oh, these are the books I'm going to read. That's also from my monthly TBR. But this, it's calling me. So I'm going to use one of my Libro FM credits. If you're not using Libro FM over Audible, what are you doing? But I'm going to use one of those credits to get the audiobook for this as well. I'm just like obsessed and the flop is so good, but I'm in kind of a romance mood. The other book that I'm physically only reading is Ruinous Ends. This is the conclusion to the duology. The first book was Immortal Consequences, and I mean, I'm only 14 pages in, but this is one that I do want to continue reading as well. But I'm very excited to just kind of read, and enjoy the next week with you guys. I don't know exactly how long this video is going to be because there's some other videos I'm filming as well, but we're going to kick off this morning by checking out that audiobook and then getting going. I'm also in the middle of a thriller that I started in the last video. I don't know if it's the last video. Whichever one that was like kind of how much can I read in 24 hours kind of thing. I think I'm like 25% of the way into that mystery thriller, whatever it is, so I might continue listening to that as well, especially because I do like work from home today. That's usually a better kind of audio to do while I'm working. If I'm trying to listen to this, I don't want to miss a dang second of it because of work emails. We might actually kick it off with listening to the thriller. With that, I just wanted to intro, say hello, give you a glimpse into some of the books that I hope to be reading this week, and we'll go from there. I have my coffee. I do need some form of a breakfast, so I'm gonna find something, and then I'm gonna go out and sit on my patio because I'm obsessed with it since redoing it. I think you probably got a glimpse of it in the last couple of videos. I'm slowly adding more and more. This week, actually, I might get kind of the final touches that I had that I wanted to add out there, but I don't know. Okay, I will check in with you guys later. It has been quite a few hours. It is about 1:45. I've just been working for the last several hours. I'm actually quite impressed with the productivity I'm having today because I've had a ton of tedious tasks and my brain has just been like able to keep up with it even though it's a Wednesday halfway through the week. Like I just expected to not be as mentally productive, but I've felt really good with the stuff I've gotten done today. I still have a couple hours left of work things to do, so I've just been sitting out here. I've loved this patio makeover. It's just made the space so much cozier, and it's been nice because I've been out here every single day since I've set it up, but it's been nice to have like more of the separation of work and personal, because before, if I was working from home, I just had to work at my dining table, which wasn't the best because one, the chairs aren't that comfortable, but two, is also just like the same space of like eating and everything. Like it just didn't really separate my mind very well, so this has been really nice. I'm just going to continue working. I haven't been listening to my audiobook. Today's definitely a day that I like couldn't listen to anything in order to get stuff done, so I'm okay with it for now. I'm hoping that after work is when I can either start listening to the thriller as like I take my long walks and everything, or officially start Chase Me If You Can. So I will keep you guys updated, but it's been a very good, productive workday so far. You guys, I cannot stop reading this book. I started it not that long ago, probably a couple hours ago. I don't know. I am on page where, hold on, I just had to put it. I'm on chapter 15, page 203. I'm over 50% of the way into it. I think I am going to stop for the evening. It is 8:15. I need to figure out dinner of some sort and just kind of relax for the evening. But I'm really liking this. I feel like a lot of people have seen this everywhere, but it's essentially about two storm chasers where our main female character really is just able to do this for fun 6 weeks of the year. And then you have our main male character who has more money, is kind of known as like the wild guy, the one that chases into storms, you know, versus being safe, common sense, whatever you may call it. And so you just have like these two people coming from different backgrounds, different abilities to do this full time or just a few weeks of the year. Full time she does like wedding photography. So I've really liked this dynamic. I really liked just like their chemistry. I'm having a really good time. I'm really scared about like what the like main conflict, like third act breakup sort of thing is gonna be. I just really hope it's not stupid, but I feel like so many people have given this book 5 stars that I have to believe it's something that just makes sense. Would be shocked if I don't finish it tomorrow because I think I only have, I mean, under 3 hours probably worth of reading because I haven't been reading that much tonight and I'm over halfway. So if I find some time tomorrow, which we do have a fun day tomorrow, like out and about, but I'm hoping late evening, say late evening, late afternoon, early evening, I'll be back home and we can read. It's just so fun and it's different than a lot of the other romances I've read as far as the main plot of them like doing the storm chasing and all that. And like as someone that grew up in Kansas, hearing all the different like cities in the Midwest being named, I'm like, I know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know, it's just so cool. So I'm gonna wind down for the rest of the evening. It's been very chill. Like after work, I was like sitting on the couch for a little bit and I was like, okay, like I kind of want to sit back outside. So I went back out on the patio and that's where I really started this book. And I was just lying there reading and like listening to it. It was so good. Like I was just so in like the zone of reading, I kind of forgot about like filming that. And then I just went on like my evening walk with Milo and I was still listening to it then. And now I came back in. I will probably check in with you guys in the morning and we have hopefully a fun day ahead of us. Hello, hi, good morning, happy Thursday. Yeah, happy Thursday. It is almost 8:45. Here in about an hour-ish, I'm gonna head out and I'm meeting up with Bessie Ayana. I'm really excited because I haven't seen her in what feels like forever. She's been traveling a lot with work, but then for the like extended times that she's home in between trips, I've been gone traveling, so I just feel like we haven't been able to like line up schedules in so long. So I'm really excited to go try a new coffee shop with her, and then we're going book shopping, which I'm extra excited for because I feel like there's finally newer releases that have come out in paperback. I swear 90% come out in hardcover. It drives me crazy because I never want to buy them. So I always like read them from the library, wait for like the following year when they come out in paperback before buying. But then at that point, I have a hard time thinking about like buying a book I've already read and it's been a year. It's a dilemma I have. There are new releases out in paperback. So there's like a handful on my radar and I just checked my Capital One app to see what my reward points are, which I feel like there's probably new people watching every video. So for those that don't know, I effectively like limit or control my book buying by only allowing myself to use gift cards and reward points. So I use my credit card for like everyday purchases and it's like paid off at the end of the month. So I have $125 that we can kind of work with today. And I'm very excited because I at least know like a max. And normally I don't really buy that much at one time when book shopping anymore. But if the book gods are on our side with these new releases, I at least know what like limit I'm working with. So I'm gonna hang out for the next hour or so. I don't know if I just want to watch some YouTube or continue reading my book. I feel like my brain is like moving really fast, so I don't know if I could just like sit and read right now. I might like check a little bit of work stuff. I'm off today, but just kind of like checking. I have like a work phone, just kind of like checking up with messages and if anything is kind of going on there. But otherwise, I will probably see you when we are at the coffee shop. Okay, I just pulled into the coffee shop, so I'm hoping it's good. Iona was like, I really need like a good matcha after not having one for so long, and I'm like, well, this place is new for the both of us, so let's go see Bestie Iona. Okay, we just got to the bookstore. The coffee shop was right next to a new stationery store, and it was so cute. We went in afterwards. I will definitely give you guys a haul when we get back home. But now we are heading into Barnes. I need to take off my new bag charm that I got. I like literally put it on my bag immediately. There we go. Perfect. Are you kidding? It's so cute. Okay, let's go see what we can find in Barnes.
I left the hall light on in case you come back home. I sent a text that I was wrong. Oh, won't you come back home?
I fear I have quite the book haul for you guys. The book gods were on our side today. Now listen, before we get into this, I have to show you the stuff that I got at the Pen Pals stationery store because it was so cute. We went to a coffee shop called Sips Good and Coffee or Sips Coffee and Goods, something like that. It was really good. I had a strawberry matcha, delicious. The presentation, 10 out of 10. But then what I didn't realize is the new stationery store that had opened up in the area opened up right next to that coffee shop. So they're next door, and I was like, we have to go in before we head to Barnes. It was so cute. Like so many options for like, I'll say $6 or less, because I saw a lot of like 4 something and 5 something. Had a ton of sticker sheets, a ton of washi tapes, and things like that. So I got this sticker sheet. Really like it for just extra accents on my junk journal. This was $5. I don't know how much these were, but I did get this mini set. You could just like tear off a square and they like repeated. I got it for my New York trip later this year. And then I did get 2 washi tapes. This one is so pretty. This was $5.25 and this one was $4.95. I really like both. They're both really cute and pretty. And then they did have a like mini vending machine thing where you got like the prints. Are you kidding? I resonate with this one. And then this is so perfect for the junk journal. And then they had a photo booth there. I was so happy. We didn't really understand what we were like paying for. It was $5, but it said like you only get 1 copy, but you had like several options. And so we just paid another $5 to get 2 copies, but really we just needed the one because we got the strips. It just wasn't obvious, but it was really nice because I can put like 1 on my fridge and then 1 in my junk journal. So it just turned out really cute. It was so much fun. And then of course we went to Barnes, and I definitely had a list of books kind of in mind, and then I ended up grabbing a couple that weren't exactly on my list, but I still am so excited to read. I have got to move you guys up. This is absolutely ridiculous. So I got Theo of Golden. If you've watched my channel for a while, I feel like anytime I've gone to a bookstore, this has called to me. It just sounds so good and like it'd be such a good story. So we're following Theo, who is in this small southern city of Golden, where he goes to a local coffee shop and finds 92 pencil portraits of the people of Golden, and he decides one by one he is going to return these portraits back to their rightful owner, which is essentially the people the portraits are of. And so in exchange, A story is told, a friendship born, and a life altered. And I just think this is going to be such an incredible story of just like the human experience and the power of conversation and just hearing someone tell their story and just that exchange of words. I'm really looking forward to this. Every time I go into a bookstore, I've always picked it up. I've always thought about buying it and then I always put it back down. But today was the day I finally bought it. Next up is Spectacular Things by Beck Doreystein. I've seen this a lot on my Bookstagram recently, and I've seen a lot of positive reviews. It was kind of on my radar. I didn't think I wanted to necessarily buy it, but I hadn't even read the back of the book. We are essentially following Mia and Cricket, and they are these two sisters in this small Maine town, kind of having these responsibilities put on them very young. You have these very contradicting personalities, and you kind of see they're growing up with also their mother's like secrets of her past that they're having to grapple with and deal with, but how is that going to affect the life that they are supposed to lead into adulthood? I just think this is going to be a really good, maybe like coming of age kind of story. I'm not entirely sure of like the timeline here and like how much we span, but I feel like this is something that would be really good to just like sit poolside, sit at the beach and just like start this book and read it and dive into a story with no sense of reality outside of it. This one had not been on my radar until I went to the bookstore, and honestly, it just sounded like such a good, morally conflicting story. It is called Bittersweet by Hayley Williams. Oh my gosh, I really like this kind of painted cover. I'm okay. Charlie is 23, single, and the new publicity assistant at London's preeminent independent book publishing house. Richard Aveling is 56, married, and the author who has defined his generation. Charlie has long idolized the charming, illustrious writer who also represents a link to her late mother, who loved his work. But as they embark on an illicit and all-consuming affair, Charlie is forced to hide the relationship from everyone she cares about. Too soon, she can't imagine her life without Richard, and too late, she understands that losing him will unravel more than just the relationship. It might also unravel her. Tender and poignant, Bittersweet is an intimate exploration of power, of vulnerability, of what it means to love another person, and what it means to love yourself. It just sounds good. It doesn't even sound like drama messy. It just sounds like conflict of interest, emotions, morally gray, morally what's the right thing to do here. Like, yikes. These last two were new releases that had been on my radar more and more. One I knew I wanted, and I was so happy it came out in paperback, and that is In the Wake of the Ruined. I believe this is supposed to be a duology. It is in the veins of the Drownings sequel, but I also think maybe duology. I'm not sure. Point is, it is book 2 in some way, shape, or form, and I'm so glad it came out in paperback because I want to read this, obviously, like now. I think it came out the 7th, which was that just last Tuesday? Like 2 days ago? I think so. I'm really excited for this one. This last one, I definitely wanted to read. I have the audiobook from Libro FM, but I didn't think I wanted to buy it. And then suddenly I was like reading the synopsis. I just don't think I knew what the book was about. I read the synopsis and I was like, wait, no, I fear I need it. And that is Trope Sick by Lauren Oakey. I'm sure you guys have seen this everywhere recently. In this slow-burning summer romance, two childhood neighbors unexpectedly reunite to ghostwrite a love story, only to discover all the tropes in their manuscript are mysteriously playing out in real life. I heard that this is just a very powerful and emotional read. I'm very scared and excited, but we know I love to feel my emotions in my books, so I'm actually looking forward to reading this sooner than later. So those are all the books that I picked up in Barnes. I say all the books. Just picked up a couple. No, I have never bought this many books at one time. Since I probably started my reading journey when I was just buying books to buy books, this felt like I was just hitting the jackpot, and I also stayed under budget. For those that are curious, I stayed under my budget from my rewards, so I was very, very happy about that. And that was just such a fun time with Ayana. It was fun to just wander the bookstore for hours and just pick up books that we actually are going to buddy read a couple, and then also just like the fact that we have evolved so much as readers. We were really talking about the fact that when we like kind of first connected, she was such a romance reader, and I like liked romance, but it wasn't my primary genre at that time. It was really just fantasy and then like a hint of romance here and there. Now like we're both over here like spending an hour in the fiction section and like looking at all these literary fiction books and just these like emotional books, and I just was so like blown away just like looking at that progression, and that's just something we were talking about. And it was just so nice to like chit chat with her, spend hours hanging out with her. It was so nice. Okay, I need to like come down from this high of being gone all day and just having the best time. The best time. This feels like the most American meal ever. I bought burgers for the 4th of July and never ended up cooking them. So I had that, and then these are like the like honey hickory beans. They're so good. And then some Doritos. Like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna go sit out on the balcony and eat this. And then I also got, it doesn't really look too good, but this is a like treat for Milo. It's a frozen cucumber with pumpkin puree. So are you ready to go sit outside? Let's go sit outside. Hello, hi, good morning, happy Friday. It's already noon. I've had quite a full morning. Let's do a little recap. I woke up at 6:30 this morning. You guys, I went to bed so early last night, but I was knocked out. I slept so good. I actually need to give a shout out here. This is not sponsored. They did send this to me to try, but I will be repurchasing this. It is from the brand So Good So You. I feel like we've all seen their like juice shots in the grocery stores. They're coming out with these like sparkling drinks. This one's the Unwind. So this is what I had last night at like 8. I don't know, but I felt the effects, I feel like, so quickly because I just felt so calm and like chill. So this is like the calm and relaxed one. It has magnesium and adaptogens, blackberry lavender flavor. But I feel like this is what resulted in me being so tired by like 9 p.m. and being like asleep by 9. It was wild. I woke up feeling like so just like rested. So I'm definitely gonna want to reorder that. I should see if I can do that at like Target, Amazon, like where do they sell them? But nonetheless, great night's sleep. And then I did like the normal morning routine with Milo. Came back. I think my laptop's out of frame, but I was editing the like how much can I realistically read in 24 hours challenge vlog thing. So edited that, and now that is exporting. I also took Milo to the outdoor shopping center place. That was his second time going. He did really well. I was trying to look for some birthday gifts for people. I was trying to find some gifts that like, oh, I saw this and it made me think of them. I didn't feel confident with any of the things that I was seeing, so left empty-handed, but Milo was so good because the first time we went, we probably went into like 2 stores. I dragged him into like 6, 7, I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I know that's a thing. Is it a TikTok? Anyways, they also had a photo booth there that's new. So if you're ever at the Irvine Spectrum Center, they have this fun photo booth. Honestly, this was a success considering I had to hold him and it was 8 photos. 8 photos and then you got to choose. But I was impressed he didn't just like bite me or like wiggle out because I didn't really have like the best grip on him because it just like goes so quick. But also 8, but I don't know. I was impressed with his patience with me. So that was really cute. I got 2 of them. And so one's in my car and then I have one here that I'll probably maybe put on my fridge for now, but probably end up in the junk journal. That's where I'm at. That is that. We're now back home. I had done like 90% of the editing before we left. Came back, wrapped up the editing to export, and now I'm chilling, and I really want to continue Chase Me If You Can. I want to just finish this today. I didn't get a chance to read any of it yesterday, so I just want to lock in, have a good time. I have no work today, so I'm kind of just chilling. I have no plans today either. So I am just like wanting to relax, read, have a good time. I'm gonna go ahead, get comfortable because I'm in jeans from when I went out, and as comfortable as they are, I don't want to like lounge on the couch and that. So I'm gonna change and then we are gonna continue reading Chase Me If You Can. Hello, hi. It has been quite a few hours, but I wanted to give you a reading update. Now that I am like alive again, I don't know, man. I was reading out in kind of the sun. I think it was more just like the heat on the patio because I wasn't getting direct sunlight yet. But I did finish Chase Me If You Can, and then I just felt so tired. I was pretty much just like lying there on my phone, and I came inside into the nice air conditioning and laid on the couch for another extended period of time, and then I got up and I actually took Milo out but then went and got some boba, so I'm feeling really great. I say boba, but it's actually the strawberry milk tea with lychee. That's kind of my go-to, especially during summer, but I feel like fall, winter time, it's definitely your like brown sugar milk tea boba situation, but this is so refreshing. Chase Me If You Can. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I've seen quite a few 5-star reviews. Not really my standing, but I had a really good time with it. Probably a solid 4.5 star. I really liked it. I like that the third act breakup of some sort, like conflict, I guess is a better term. It was a little stupid to me, but also like I kind of got it. But I just really liked the healthy communication through our two main characters throughout like their entire relationship, on top of the like, I would say evolution, but is that really the, like our main female character was really evolving. She really was, with just like herself, her confidence, her role in her family and caretaker, if you will, like just the way that she was standing up for herself, learning to do that, and having him just be like a girl's girl. Like him being a man written by a woman is actually all I need. But I really, really, really enjoyed this. So if you've been seeing this everywhere like I have, this is definitely your sign to pick it up. I think you're going to have a great time with it. It doesn't mean it has to be a 5-star because not every book you read needs to be a 5-star experience. I had a great time with this. So much so that I feel like I need to pick up another romance. I'm kind of stuck. I have quite a few books checked out on Libby, like the audiobooks corresponding to my physical copy. So 2 books that I was kind of eyeing are the Summer Share by Jen McKinley. That is a newer release. And then I have Elizabeth of East Hampton. That is an older release, but is on my July TBR. So I think I'm going to try to start this one. If I feel like I'm just not getting into it, I'll pick another book, maybe the Summer Share one. But that's kind of the 2 on my radar, because the other books that I've checked out are either litfic, fantasy, and that's just not kind of where I'm wanting to go right now, so we're gonna try this. I am watching a Netflix documentary. I have not watched like a cult, well, this is because cult vibe, but like just true crime-esque documentary in so long. So I am gonna probably restart this episode. It's the very, like, episode 1. I'm probably only like 15 minutes into it, but it is the Trust Me, the False Prophet. This is my kind of documentary. I love a good, like, cult, but also just, like, religious situation, because it is so fascinating to me. If you have watched this, please let me know your thoughts. I don't think I'm going to watch all 4 episodes tonight, but my personality is genuinely an obsessive one. So typically if I like start something like this and I get into it, it is very hard for me to pull like away from it and just like turn it off for the night. So I think I'm probably going to end up watching it for the rest of the evening, because there's no like sport games on that I'm interested in. And I'm pretty caught up with YouTube. So unless we have one of my like commentary channels I follow like post something, this is probably all I'm going to be watching. Can you see Milo? He is knocked out. The heat is definitely getting to him today. He feels so tired. He did really well when we were like out and about at the Irvine Spectrum Center, and then I took him out now. He like lied down at the park within 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, great, let's go get boba then. So I brought him with me to go get boba. But I feel like on the car ride back, he was like, not even just, oh, let me lie down instead of like head out the window. It was more like let me relax lying down in your back seat. It's quite funny. I felt like he was nearly on his side, which is like a dog's way of saying, I'm tired and need to sleep. So I feel like he's gonna be knocked out for at least a couple hours.
When I'm walking on a breeze, I got no enemies. I just do what I please. Yes, sir. I ain't got no things, no money, no means. Just a wind in the wings. Yes, sir. I got my feet on a cloud and I won't come down. No, I won't come down.
Hello, hi, good afternoon. It is already 3:30 p.m. Frankly, did not anticipate not talking with you guys until 3:30 in the afternoon, but here we are. I've had such a nice, productive, yet chill, perfect Saturday. I got up pretty early this morning, and I did like the normal morning stuff with him. I think I filmed me like making my matcha, and then I was out on the patio. I think I filmed me like starting the Elizabeth of East Hampton book. This is on my July TBR. But pretty quickly, I was just like working on my laptop. So I was mainly listening to the book, and then I was like sometimes picking it up to read like a good chunk, and then I'd continue listening to it while on my laptop. And then I realized really quickly that I was just flying through this book, and I was so like locked in with it and just having like a steady, good time with the story. So once work kind of hit a lull, I was like, okay, I can kind of like take a break from this. I came inside and I was kind of on the couch, but I felt a little sleepy. So I'd read probably another like 25% like hybrid. And then once I hit the point of like, wait, I'm like really tired, I actually went into my bedroom, lied down, just listening to this audiobook and finished it. Guys, I read this in one sitting. It wasn't even like, oh my god, I was so obsessed I couldn't put it down. It was just like a nice, steady paced story that I just kept wanting to listen to. And I just like kept seeing this timer, so to speak, like tick down, like, wow, I only have 2 hours left. Wow, I only have an hour and a half. Oh my gosh, only an hour. Like, to where it was so easy to just be like, I'm just gonna finish this. So I was so sleepy though in bed the last like 30 minutes of the book, and like while I was following it, the immediate second it finished, I took my AirPod out and I slept for like an hour and a half. Solid nap. Milo came into the bedroom with me when I first went in there, and he like knocked out, so he took a really long nap. I was very impressed with him. And then like when I woke up and came out here because I put on the Norway-England game, we are in the second half right now, it's 1-1. Team Norway over here. But when I came out here, he immediately followed and like laid down on the couch, and I was like, oh, like you're still sleepy. But we've just been hanging out watching the Norway-England game. I mean, we're an hour into it now. At halftime, I took him back out thinking like, oh, you probably are like bored, you need to go outside, blah, blah, blah. Like, he immediately like lied down. Once we hit the sun, he was like, oh, actually it's kind of hot out here, which I agree. So we were out there for maybe 3 minutes and then came right back in. And then here I am updating you guys. But Elizabeth of East Hampton. This is book 2 in this kind of like interconnected standalone kind of series. The first book is Emma. And then obviously this one is the Pride and Prejudice modern day retelling. We're following Elizabeth, Lizzie, and Will Darcy. And so it was so fun because of recently rewatching the 2005 Superior version. I just saw so many of those references and parallels, and I just had such a good time connecting that. I mean, I would have seen probably a majority of them, but because it's still so fresh in my brain, I was like, oh my gosh, like I see it. This was just such a fun modern day retelling. I mean, it was nothing special. Like, just because I read it in one sitting doesn't mean like this was a spectacular book. It was just something that was well paced, and it wasn't that deep. I really liked this kind of soft story, so to speak. Like, I knew I didn't want something that was highly emotional or just something that did deal with like grief or like just like a heavy topic. Like I just wanted something nice and easy, and that's exactly what this is. I really do recommend it if you are a Pride and Prejudice fan and you do like the idea of a modern day retelling. It was great. With that, I'm gonna watch this game. I don't really know what I want to start next. I think I do want another kind of quicker book. I just don't know what I want to read. So I'm gonna look at my like July TBR and then also the books that I have checked out on Libby and see kind of if there's certain ones that are on more of a deadline than others and if I should pick them up sooner than later. So I'm gonna continue heading Bestie Milo and watching this game. We have so much to talk about, like so much. I'm still emotionally recovering from that book. Okay, so it is noon the next day. Hello, hi, happy Sunday. And I have finished 2 books since we last talked. So we talked yesterday afternoon. I was like, I'm surprised I haven't talked with you today. True. And the rest of the evening, like I was watching both of the World Cup games lying on the couch, like horizontal the rest of the evening, except I did have a AirPod in my ear because I was like, I kind of like, it was weird. I was like physically tired and like a little mentally, but like my brain was still quite active. So I couldn't have just like lied down and looked at the game and like that's the only thing keeping my attention. I was gonna get like bored. Like I don't know how to explain it. So I was like, let me pop in an audiobook. Let me see like kind of what I have next on my radar. And so I started The Summer Share by Jen McKinley. This came out, I don't know, within the last couple of months. I read Summer Reading or something like that. It was a cute book that I think I gave like 3-ish stars or something, like was good for what it was. I accidentally read this all last night. It was such an easy book to get into and just keep listening. No hybrid reading here. I'm sure it would have been fine, but I was just so horizontal the entire night. So this book says when 2 misfits discover they've inherited the same beach house, sparks fly in the most unexpected ways. You are following Hannah and Simon. Hannah has just recently gone through a divorce. I say recently enough, and then she has taken to van life influencer, but not like, I don't know how to, like, it's kind of like it just happened. It's not like a stereotypical kind of annoying influencer portrayed in a book that I feel like we often see. Like, this is not that. It's not her whole personality. It's more just like, that's where she's coming from with her dog that is so cute, and she has inherited this house from her grandpa that has passed away about a month ago. She gets there, she sees Simon, who has also inherited the house from his grandpa, and they're like, what are we gonna do about this? So part of the will or the whatever is like they have to live in the house for 2 months before deciding kind of whether or not they want to keep it or sell it. So they were like navigating who the other person is, what's the story here, how do like both of these grandpas like give them this like what's going on? What's this mishap mix up? I was gonna say mix-hap. Same thing. It was really good. I think it's probably like 3.5 stars. I like this as another one of those Elizabeth of East Hampton, kind of just like not that deep. The kind of conflicts and the backstory, the like issues that our main characters have, like they're not rooted so terribly, and like the whole grief aspect of the fact that they both recently lost their grandpas, like that's not heavy here. You don't like feel that emotional depth in a good way. Like we don't always want to have to deal with that. So I would say they're pretty comparable in the emotional side, and that's kind of what I needed. I read this one and I was like, oh my god, this was like just such a fun, lighthearted summer romance. So this is definitely a good one to add to your list if that's what you're looking for. But that means I woke up this morning and I'd kind of read 3 quote-unquote lighthearted romances, which we know me, I don't read a ton of romances. So I was like, okay, like I don't want to get in a slump or something. Like I think I kind of need to pick up one of these other books. I didn't think I was quite in the mood for fantasy yet, so I knew that I only had about a week left on my audiobook from Libby, and I wasn't going to be able to like renew it. Like there's other people in line. So I was like, okay, I know that this is supposed to be just like more of a literary fiction. Let me get into this. I had only read the like top bit of it. It says a grandmother tells her granddaughter about her twisty, often surprising journey to who she is now. I never read the synopsis. I don't think I ever read the synopsis. So I was quite, I don't know if shocked going into it, but more just I went into it pretty blind, and so I didn't know the families like, what our main characters are like, their backstories, their culture, their whatever it may be, all the things, right, that make them who they are, that is revealed to you on the back. I want you guys to do the same. This was such an incredible story. Highly emotional if you saw me sobbing at the end, but like in the best way, because like everything's like leading up to where the grandma's at today. And so I just found it to be such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story, and like heartbreaking at times, absolutely. I only knew that it was like LGBT when I was at Barnes with Ayana, because we saw it like on the table there, and I got this for my birthday, and I really need to reach out to Maya who gifted it to me because I need to know if she's read it. Like I know she like got it for me, like, okay, I think like you would like this. Oh my god. Okay, like I loved it. I don't know like the last book I gave 5 stars, but I know recently when I've been finishing books on Goodreads, I just kind of mark that I finish it. I haven't really been writing reviews. I really just leave that for here right now. I gave this 5 stars. I was like, no, like I know that this is 5 stars. I feel like a reread of this would just be so impactful, just knowing obviously where we're at today and like everything that led for like her grandma's story. But I just like don't want to speak to specifics, even that could be revealed in the back, because I obviously like want you to go in as blind as you can. I didn't mean to read this in one sitting. I didn't mean to read any of these books in one sitting, but Ayana and I were supposed to buddy read this, and I kind of feel bad. But I like texted her last night that I thought I was gonna start it today, and so it was kind of like my heads up. And then I texted her this morning, like an hour into it, and I was like, by the way, I did start it. I think you're gonna love this. It's so good. It's so good so far. And then like a couple hours later, I'm like, oh, so I quite literally can't put it down. And she's like starting it now at the pool. So I'm very excited to see kind of what she thinks of this, because I feel like she's just going to love it. Like she's just gonna love it so much. I'd be so shocked if it isn't a 5-star, honestly, by the end, but we'll see. I'm gonna definitely text her throughout the day. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's noon. I don't remember like a few days ago, 2 days ago, I don't know, if I told you guys that I had like a coupon and like a credit or something to where like I got 4 boba drinks for under $6. So I have been getting the strawberry milk tea with lychee because that can actually sit in the fridge, boba sitting in the fridge. The like pearls get the worst texture. It's absolutely disgusting. It tastes like a bouncy ball. Ugh. Horrendous. I know this is quite a long update. I'm like emotionally coming down from this, but I went on a really nice walk with Milo this morning. I went to a coffee shop, got a strawberry matcha. More just because like I really wanted to go on a walk with Milo and like go somewhere, but I didn't want to go to Starbucks, so I just went to another coffee shop. But it was so nice to like just get up, go on a longer walk. And now I've just been sitting out on the balcony listening to that book and working. So I'm kind of at a lull with work, where I just kind of let some time pass and then like check back in on things. So I'm gonna figure out kind of what I want to do next. I don't know what I want to read next. I think I'm still in the mood to read, so I'd be shocked if I don't start something, but I'm not gonna put the pressure on myself because I've literally read 3 books in the last 36 hours or something. Like, what a fun like impromptu readathon, you know, that I didn't know I was having. And I feel really good because these are all books that like I've been wanting to read. Some I've kind of put off for a while, some on my TBR, some not on my TBR, like my monthly TBR. I just feel like I've loved the books that I've read in this vlog at this point. I think this will be the last day that I film this for this weekly vlog. I think that'll be 5 days. Just kind of depends. I want to start some other vlogs. Last night I was just in bed and I was thinking how excited I am to film certain videos, so I kind of want to get started on that. So that's kind of like, okay, I'll round this out today so I can kind of make a game plan for this upcoming week. That book was so incredible. This was a reenactment of me for the last like 4.5 hours. I have my shoes on still. So picture I don't have my shoes on. Watching the TV, listening to my audiobook. Hours. This has been what I haven't been recording for the last like 48 hours because I've just been like this. Normally with my AirPods, but the last 4 hours I really wanted over-the-ear headphones. And the last book I read, yeah, you heard that right, The Good Parts by Evan Normandine. What do you mean? Guys, how does someone try to do readathons and like fail so you don't see them, they don't make it to the internet, but then like impromptu in a weekend just like casually finish 4 books? I don't know what is going on, but I love it here. This book, this one I'm like a little conflicted on. It was definitely not this like 5-star experience that I was sort of anticipating. Did you drop your toy? Oh, you dropped a treat. Well, how about you actually eat dinner first? I know, mom's no fun. I don't know. I wouldn't say it like disappointed me because I still like found myself like having a good time. I say good time because like the premise of this can be quite sad. You are literally following an epic, unforgettable love story about a woman who takes a memory erasing pill and the man she once loved who returns as a stranger, hoping to make her fall for him all over again. His POV is the present timeline, her POV is the past. Like, obviously, you know, things happen to, like, lead her to take that memory erasing pill. So you're getting glimpses of that. So definitely, like, sad emotions throughout. Probably more, like, the second half, if not just, like, the last more, like, 40, 35% of it. Because I feel like for a majority of the book, it was really just understanding how they met each other. And then present timeline, there's nothing kind of like sad. Like he's kind of just figuring out, hey. He's figuring out kind of like this new version of her and kind of like just the emotions of that. There is an element of like underwhelming emotions. At the same time, I was kind of annoyed. You do not have to do that. At the same time, I was a little annoyed. I don't know how to describe it. Just like, I don't want to like spoil it, but I think there was parts I was frustrated with, especially in the last like 25%. We were kind of realizing the exact things that led to this moment, and then like what's going on present, and like how this book wraps up. Like, I just didn't love it. So it's like, I recommend this because I think it's such a cool plot and premise and interestingly like told, but it's not like a high recommendation. I don't even want to throw out a rating because I just feel like nothing I say is going to make sense. It's going to take me some time to figure out what sort of rating I want to give. What a cool book. I'm just a little conflicted, as you can tell. So I'm like talking about this as I freshly finished it on the walk with Milo this evening. This was her debut, which I thought was so interesting. What do you mean this is your debut novel? That's so cool. Okay, I am probably just gonna wrap up the vlog here because it is like 8:30 p.m. Milo doesn't know it yet, but we're getting ready to settle down, wind down for the evening. That means no zoomies on the couch. You're kind of giving zoomy material. Do you want to come say bye to everyone? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this week. I feel like it was kind of a weird weekly vlog. I know I got a lot of different bits and pieces, but I feel like I wasn't consistently vlogging all that well. I don't know what's going on. Like, I felt like I was kind of getting sick there for a second, where I just had no energy. It felt more like fatigue, and I think the last couple days just genuinely resting for the weekend was really nice. I definitely feel less fatigued. I don't know. It's kind of just like when you kind of like feel like you're getting sick. You know what I mean? Like my throat's been a little sore and like scratchy every single day. And if I am not continuously like drinking things throughout the day, I feel like it gets back to like a sore feeling really quickly. On top of obviously having that throughout the night and like waking up like, oh my god, I need like a hot cup of tea or something. We read a lot of books. I just didn't document it as I would have expected. Granted, I was pretty much listening to them nonstop and you guys couldn't pay me to stop listening to update you. That's kind of like my hyperfixation side kicking in, where it's like I literally could not pull myself out of the story. But I'm glad we at least got to talk about each of the books like once I finished it and could at least kind of give my thoughts on like what I liked about it, what I didn't like. I expected maybe we'll read one book. Instead I like finished 4 books. I'm so shocked. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was a vlog where you at least got a couple new books to add to your TBR. And so with that, I will see you guys in my next one.